Good day, everyone. This is KW, Tale of the Tape. Today's video is going to be about a guy that you just can't be mad at, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is a heavyweight champion, boxer that was just, I believe he was just going nowhere with his career. I never heard of the guy until he fought Anthony Joshua. Here you had this guy, he seemed overweight, against another guy that looked like he was a weightlifter, physically fit, and you would say, how could this Andy Ruiz have a chance? But he did. Not only did he have a chance, he beat Anthony Joshua. Unbelievably beat him. I think he knocked him down like 3 times, and Joshua was like dazed in like the 7th round, and the referee just called it off. How does that happen? You know, that's like a storybook, Rocky type ending to a fight. You know, you just know it wasn't supposed to end like that, but it did. I couldn't believe it. I had to keep replaying it just to get my brain to wrap around what just happened. But Andy Ruiz did it. I mean, he did it. That's a storybook ending. So he goes from a guy that nobody really knew about to being the world heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, he had the IBF, WBO, and IBO, and don't quote me on this, I could be wrong, but he had all 3 belts. Andy Ruiz, he was everywhere after that fight, and you couldn't help but to love the guy. He was the people's champ. He did it. He showed the world that it can happen to anybody. It can happen. Andy Ruiz showed that. He showed the world that it can happen to anybody. And what did he do? You can't even be mad at the guy. He's such a lovable guy. You can't even be mad at him. But what did he do? You was on top of the world. I mean, you had Tyson Fury you could have fought. You could have fought Anthony Joshua, which you did, but we finna get to that in a minute. You had the world at your feet. You did. You could have fought anybody. Anybody. Everybody loved you. Everybody wanted to see you. But what did you do? Andy, what did you do? What did you do? You messed up. And we all mess up, right? Because I know, I tell y'all all the time, I make a lot of mistakes. So I get it. But like I tell y'all, look at my video called Missed Opportunities. Look that video up, because I changed the titles. Now my boxing is going to be on the KW Tale of the Tape. And then my regular videos is going to be on the KW, the Blue Collar Worker. But go back to KW, Blue Collar Worker, and look up Missed Opportunities. But back to this video. Andy Ruiz had it all. I mean, he had it all. It's like somebody winning a lottery and they blow all the money. And you can't help but to shake your head, and say, wow, how did that happen? You won $50 million and 5 years later you broke? How does that happen? How does that even work? How do they do it? How do people do that? All I need to win is just let me win the lottery $1 million. And I think after taxes, it's like 700,000. But man, I can make that money work. I can make it work. I can sit my rear end now with $700,000. I can sit down. I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to be out there just blowing money and buying mansions and cars and all that other stuff. And, and teachers on. I'm not hating, teachers on, you do what you do. But, wow, how do you do that? How do you do that, Andy? I can't even be mad at you. You're such a lovable guy, but damn. And I don't even want to curse. But, and then you had 6 months to give Anthony Joshua another fight. For that 6 months, you couldn't hold off the partying and eating all the food and drinking and driving your luxurious cars and all that for 6 months. 6 months, Andy, you could have did it again. Because Anthony Joshua, from that first fight, he was never the same. And he's still not the same. He's still, to me, and Anthony Joshua seems gun shy in there. He does. He just seemed real hesitant. So, Andy, whatever you did, you done changed Joshua. Because Joshua, even if he fight Tyson Fury, I give Fury the win. Because Anthony Joshua ain't got it anymore. Yeah, he won his last fight, but still. He seems really gun shy in there. He's not the heavyweight that he once was. And Andy, you did that. You took that from him. You did that. And you could have did it again. But what did you do? What did you do, Andy? You partied. You didn't go to training camp. You partied all the way, and then you ate all the good foods. And it was, now, at one point in your training, you had lost a lot of weight. I was like, wow. Andy looks slim in there. You hitting that because you can hit that bag, and then you do that little thing with the ladder on the floor with the ropes, and it looked like a ladder, and you go from side to side, and then you do all your routines. It's impressive. But somewhere, somehow, you stopped going to training for the biggest fight of your life. How do you do that? You could have been dancing on top of the world. All you had to do would be, Anthony, one more time. You could have did it. You had it. You had that. That was yours for the taking. Joshua was scared in that fight. He was dancing around and all that. He was avoiding you. And now here's the funny part. When you was connecting, man, you still could have taken him out. But you had gained so much weight that it didn't allow you to do the things that you could have done. For you to be that big, you got some quick hands. The man's be gone. You have, wow. You could have did it, Andy. But now you back around the bottom again. You still got the name, but you had the world at your feet. You could have fought anybody you wanted. Anybody you wanted. You could have named your price and you would have got it. You was the people's champ, if you will. You did it. You did it. But then, you let it go. 6 months, all you had to do was just, train, put the partying on hold, put all that stuff on hold for 6 months. And you could have beat Joshua again because you put the fear of God in him. He wasn't the same. He's still not the same. He afraid that what you did to him might happen again. And don't get me wrong, I like me some Anthony Joshua. Joshua's a good guy too. He's a really good guy. Both of y'all good guys. But we're talking about boxing now. How do you do that? Will you get that opportunity again? Who knows? But at least one thing you can say, Andy, you did climb the mountain. Not too many people can say that. When you got that opportunity, you got up off that canvas and you took care of business. So yeah, you handled your business. But wow, 6 months later, and then it was your fight to lose. So kudos to Andy Ruiz. He's still one of my favorites. And I hope he get another opportunity to prove himself. I've been seeing some videos of him of late, and he looked like he really slimmed down, and he's still hitting that bag hard, and I know he still got the combinations and stuff. But what y'all got to look at as fighters is that your career won't last that long. You're only one punch away from ending your career, or you're too old to fight. So with that money, and I'm not a financial guru or financial advisor or any of those things, I'm not. But with that shorter window and the amount of money that you were able to make, because most boxers don't make that type of money. And I think I read somewhere you still, you have a net worth of about 10 mil, which is excellent. $10 million. They say if you have $3 million, you consider it wealthy. So yeah, you got some money, and money is good. But just think if all you had to do is put the food down, put the partying down, did what your coaches and everybody wanted you to do, you'd probably be worth maybe $100 million. Easy. You would have had the pick of the litter on who you wanted to fight. Everybody wanted you. You could have did that. But it's just a tale of what can happen if you don't prepare properly. And that's with anything. That's regular people on their regular jobs. You have to prepare yourself and stay focused on what you're trying to achieve. And that's with anything. Because we get opportunities, but it's like, what did you do with those opportunities? Do you squander your opportunities, or do you take advantage of your opportunities? That is the question. So, having said all that, I think Andy Ruiz is a great guy. I think that he can possibly get it again. But like I say, boxers' careers are short-lived. And, it's a few that can go into the 40s, like the Pacquiaos and, Mayweather and all these things. So you can't go out and just blow your money, just throw it away. I saw this one video. Who was this fighter? What's his name? What is his name? Doggone, I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, what's his name? I can't think of it, man. I hate when I can't think of somebody's name. But anyway, he was counting his money, right? He went in his wallet for whatever reason, and he was counting his money. Now, he had all hundreds in there. All $100 bills, which is great. That's cool. I wish I had just $800 in my wallet. I'll be cool. But he had a knot full of $100 bills. And you know what he did? He noticed he had two 20s in there. He goes in the bathroom and he started tearing up the 20s and then flush them down the toilet. Are you with me on that? So he flushes the $20 bills down the toilet. And I'm like, huh? I can't believe this. Hell, I could have used that 20, them 20s. You know, I never saw Bill Gates do that. This man worth billions. I never saw Jeff Bezos do that, worth billions. I never saw any of these rich guys that know how to manage money do that. You know, I mean, that's like you just flush money down the drain. That's essentially what you did. You could have donated that money to charity. You could have just gave it to somebody. Anybody. Hell, you could have gave it to me. I would have taken it. You could have gave that money to anybody. Opposed to just flushing it down the toilet. It's like, wow. I can't believe he just did that. Hopefully it was fake money. You know, hopefully that's what it was just fake money. And so it means nothing. You know, you was just flossing. I get that if that's what you did. But just to tear the 20s up and say, oh, this don't belong in my wallet. Most people lucky to have $20 in their wallet, including me. So for you to take that money and flush it down the toilet because it was a $20 bill, wow. Wow. But again, that's for another day. Back to Anthony Joshua. So Joshua, you know, hopefully you get back on your feet. You know, you continue exercise and you continue training. You continue doing all the things you need to do to try to get back to the top. I wish you the best. Again, this is KW, Tale of the Tapes. See y'all in my next video.